keys on how to position yourself for massive wealth that is being transferred. Now, we already covered key number 1, which was you got to have a vision. That's key number 1. Key number 2 was position yourself in the industry where the wealth is being transferred to. It is moving from the traditional sickness healthcare industry, and it is moving into the superfoods, the wellness industry, and that's where you want to position yourself. Key number 3 was to use the right distribution model. Old school distribution is traditional, going through a wholesaler, a middleman, a jobber, and finally get to the customer. New school distribution is direct distribution. Come from the manufacturer, you through your reference, your information, boom, to the consumer. That is new school distribution, or people call direct distribution. Key number 4 is what we're going to cover on this one. But to kind of line up key number 4, I want to give you a little history of how people position themselves for wealth many decades ago in something that was called the industrial age. During the industrial age, I want to share with you a few people here, right? Gentlemen, you might be familiar with. As a matter of fact, I think they just put it on the news today or yesterday that his grandson passed away. Either today or yesterday. But John D. Rockefeller, one of the most wealthiest men in the world. His family today is one of the most wealthiest family in the world. What did he do? He positioned himself in front of the industrial age boom and became a multi-billionaire, and his children are done for life. That's what he did. It was all about positioning and timing for him. Another person you might be familiar with, Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie, he took advantage of the industrial age, and he was worth over $293 billion. That's right, $293 billion. He's one of the first people to dominate the steel industry in that industrial age. That's the people that position themselves in front of. Henry Ford, in the industrial age, got in front of that massive wave, that massive trend, earned over $188 billion by assembling automobiles and being able to create a manufacturer line to be able to do that. He was positioning himself in front of the industrial age and became a multi-billionaire. Now, there's been a shift and a change in time. As a matter of fact, they call that shift and change in time. It took place, here's a pattern where it started to take place at. The first thing that took place is in 1989, the Berlin Wall came down. That was the start of what's called the Information Age Revolution, when the Berlin Wall came down in 1989. Then the next thing took place in 1991. The first website went up. In 1991, the first website went up. Then in 1997, some of you on here on Facebook wasn't even born in 1997. You're looking at this video like, man, 1997, that was before my birthday. I wasn't even born then, okay? The first smartphone hit the market in 1997. All of these were hint, clues that we're at the beginning stage of the information age. This is a new age that we're in front of. So key number 4 is position yourself in that information age and utilizing the information age to gather your wealth. So first thing, you got to have a vision. Second thing, you got to position yourself in this wellness boom that is in front of us, the wellness industry. They're moving the money from the sickness to the wellness. Then you have to go ahead and also take advantage of how you're going to distribute in this wellness boom. You're going to use direct distribution. And then the fourth key is the information age. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you 4 major things you need to do to dominate this information age, because if you don't do it right, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss what is taking place. And there's a lot of people out here, they think they're in the information. Oh, I got a website. I'm in the information age. No. Here are 4 major things you need to do to capitalize on the information age. First and foremost is this. These are the 4 principles that dominate the information age. Is your online real estate. Online real estate. See, back in the industrial age, it was about how much physical real estate you had. Did you have an office? Did you have a warehouse? Did you have a manufacturing plant? It was about how much physical real estate you had. In the information age, it is about how much online real estate you have. So the first thing you got to do, first principle to dominating this information age is your online real estate. You might say, okay, Andre, yeah, I got a website, or yeah, I got 2 websites. Nah, we're not talking about having a website. That's basic. That's elementary. How do you dominate and have real estate presence, online real estate? Here's some things you need to have. And I'm not going to go into a big training, a big dialogue on this, because it's a lot of information in this age. Maybe I'll do something later on in this area. But you need to have a blog. A blog is basically where you're telling people about your product, your service, your company, your story, who you are, what you're all about. And this is constantly being updated. One of the biggest problems with just having a website, you put the website up, then you got to pay the website builder to add your new product, or pay him to do this and do this. It's like every time you need to bring a new customer into your office, you got to pay somebody to do that with physical real estate. Well, with your online real estate, you need to have a blog. That's one portion of having online real estate. Other things that you need to have is a YouTube account. That's like having your own TV show. You need to learn how to have a YouTube account, how to make videos, how to put videos up on YouTube, how to, tag them right, things along that line. That's part of having an online real estate. Other things you got to have a Facebook page. Your fan page and your regular Facebook page. And you got to learn how to use it and how to interact with your Facebook followers or your Facebook friends, so on and so forth. Other thing you got to have is Instagram. I'm live right now on Instagram, and I'm live on Facebook. These are part of having your online real estate that you want to have. This is how you're going to take advantage of the information age. Other things you want to have is Twitter. If you got a Twitter account, Google. When they Google your product, when they Google your name, what is coming up? Where are you ranking on Google? What's going to determine that is how much content you have on the internet, how much real estate you have on the internet, that you own this real estate, you own this blog, you own this page, you own these pictures, how much online real estate you have. And it's more than just website. That's the first major principle of dominating the information age. Second thing is this: adapt to change. Man, one of the biggest things, especially if you take somebody that was really successful in the information, in the industrial age, or old school business builder, where they went and they met at the coffee shop and they sat down and they talked, and hey, you showed somebody the plan, or you were selling insurance, or you were selling cars, and you take them in this age that we're in, the digital age, and 20 days in or 3 months in, we're like, oh, we're doing it this way now. They're like, oh man, I quit. I can't build a business this way. You guys are unreliable. You don't understand how to be professional. They're missing the big picture. With the information age, you have to be quick to adapt to change. You have to be on your toes every time. There's going to be a new way, a new website, a new concept, a new tool, new technology that's coming out every day, every week, every month, every year, and you have to be quick to adapt to change. If you're not, you're going to get left behind in the information age. So the second principle to dominate this information age is adapting to change fast. You want to get to that point where you're adapting to change fast. When the change come out, man, you're already on it, and you're jumping on it, and you're going to master it within a week. So when 3 months from now, it's a new concept, a new change, hey, you're on it, and within a week later, you're going to have that mastered too. So you got to adapt to change fast. That's the second thing. Third thing is this: think global. Think global. You got to think global. From day one, when you're starting your business, you're position yourself to transfer this wealth into your bank account. You're going to write your vision down. You're going to, get together and say, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this wellness industry. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use the direct distribution channel. And you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to utilize this information age. You have to think global. You know, when I first started in business and I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was building my business, man, I was thinking Atlanta, man, how much business can I get in Atlanta? And, you know, I went beyond that. So, man, how much business can I get in the Southeast? That was my mind frame then. In this day and time, you're going to build a business. You're going to be an entrepreneur. You want to position yourself for wealth. You want to tap into this information age. You have to think global. You have to think China. You have to think South America. You have to think Singapore. You have to think Japan, Korea, Canada, Brazil, Africa, Taiwan, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. You have to think global from day one. That's the third thing to dominating this information age. Number 4, and I'm going to tell you, this fourth one is the kicker. The fourth thing that you need, the fourth principle to dominating the information age, get this one. You got to connect in person. Yeah, you got to connect in person. Oh man, yeah. You got to connect in person. And this is what I've seen over the last couple of years. You have people, man, they're on it when it comes to the internet, social media, websites, blogs, you know, Instagram. Man, they got the internet thing down pat. They're humping. They're doing it. And they get a lot of customers, a lot of business partners real fast, but they have no stability because they're not connecting with people in person. They want to do it 100% online. Now, with a lot of my old school business builders, man, they got that in-person thing down pat. They can sit down, meet with somebody in a coffee shop. You know, they can do a hotel meeting. They can get in front of the crowds and have an incredible results. But they can never get a chance to experience that massive, rapid growth because they're like, oh, that internet thing, that's, you know, you don't need the internet to build your business. This is how I built my business for 40 years. This is how I'm going to keep on building. And they miss it. And they feel intimidated for being on the internet. But the fourth thing to dominating this information age is connecting with people in person. Man, I'm telling you, you get to the point where, you got your blogs, your websites, all that stuff up and going. Man, you're adapting to change real fast. When the change comes, boom, you switch, you move with it, you're adapting, you're thinking global, but also in your plan, you put together how you can connect with people in person on an ongoing basis. Connect with them in person by creating cell groups. Those are things you can do to connect with your customers, with your clients, with your business partners in person. Connect with them by doing home parties, sampling products, doing it in homes. Other things you can do, you connect by having an in-person book club and teach your business partners and your associates to create in-person book clubs. You can also do game nights where your leaders and key associates are getting together once a week or once a month with maybe new business partners and playing games and having fun and getting to know each other. Other things you can do to connect in person is create travel groups. A group of your leaders, or you put together a travel event and invite all your clients and your customers to partake in this travel event, but you connect in person. In person, because that's going to allow you to dominate the information age. So those are the 4 keys. So key number 1 that we shared on a previous video, vision. And you got to be in the right industry. Key number 2, you got to be in a direct distribution. Key number 4, and key number 3, and then key number 4 is the information age. And to dominate that information age, you got to have online real estate. You got to adapt to change. You have to think global, and you have to connect with people in person. Now, this is what I want to do for everybody that's on here today. I want you, if you're online right now, you're just watching this video, I want you to go to my blog. It's AndrePark.com. AndrePark.com. Click blog and subscribe to my blog. Follow the blog. If you missed the first 3 videos, it is there on my blog. Go back and look at the first 3 videos. If you already seen it before, go back and look at it. It'll all start to flow now. It'll all start to make sense to you. oh man, okay, key number 1, wow, key number 2, key number 3, and then now key number 4. Make sure you go to andrepark.com and subscribe to my blog where you can get the other 3 keys that I covered on that topic right there on my blog. So make sure you do that, andrepark.com. Go to the blog, subscribe, follow the blog, because we're going to have phenomenal content coming on there that's literally going to be transforming your life and everybody's lives that you know all over this world in many, many shapes. Finance, family, friends, your health, all areas that you literally want to transform your life in. You have all that content right there at andrepark.com. So that being said, stay tuned. Make sure you're following the videos on Instagram, following them on Facebook, so the next time I go live, you will get the notification that I'm live, and I'll be covering key number 5. And I'm going to tell you, key number 5, it is the major part of the 5. I say the best key for last. It is going to be 50% of your success in getting in front of this wealth transference is going to be key number 5. 50% of it. The other 4 keys cover the first 50% of your success. But key number 5 is going to be where the sauce is. It's going to be where the magic takes place in getting involved and dominating key number 5. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one for you being on. Make sure you go to andrepark.com, subscribe to my blog. With that being said, take care, God bless, and I truly look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. Have a phenomenal day, everyone.